How's your week been? Sound, don't give a fuck. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Really good impression.
Thank you.
Do you know what? Can you make an applause?
Yeah. Get out. But she hasn't yet. Bless. I don't know if she's dead. She could be dead. Sue me. You're short as bruh.
What did I last say? 3, 2, 1. That was good. Well done.
All right. Welcome to the Bear Trap Podcast
Welcome
for
to
the
the show.
8th time.
Yeah.
We're your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Jay.
And
So welcome to Ep.5.
5 now.
Ep.5.
And we're going to do some kind of relationshipy advice.
Yeah, I've just got loads of bullshit I've ready to read,
Yeah.
basically.
A few things. How's your week been?
Week's been dang
Yep.
because I have been at my Matrix job this week
Cool.
for 2 days.
Yep.
Monday and Saturday.
Mate.
Right, so
Harsh.
I've had a 2-day week, bruh. And then this week, I've also got a 2-day week.
Right.
So it's now Tuesday for us.
Yeah.
I'm not back well Saturday.
Sound as
That's sick. How was your week been apart from being gravely ill yesterday?
I have been gravely ill.
Death.
And that's what I need to make 2 apologies to the audience.
Right.
One, sound a bit arse, bit sexy. Like.
It does actually, doesn't it? It's a bit basic.
You wanna go, daddy? And 2, I am going to apologise for my skin. I'm having an allergic reaction because I'm a yat. My skin is the yattiest skin alive. So it is going to look horrendous.
It does look dreadful on camera.
I know, bro.
Just so you know.
In HD, it's awful.
HD 4K is awful.
Yeah. But as I say,
you look beautiful in real life still.
I've got very delicate skin. Genuinely
To
delicate.
say you're meant to be all like hench and
I'm not
manly
hench
and alpha. And
or alpha.
I am alpha. That is really, really fair.
Well, it is, man. I have got, honestly, very sensitive skin. If I put, do you know what causes it?
What?
And I don't know whether to take my chances with lung cancer. It's these.
Get back on fags.
Yeah, but...
Jokes back
No, well, no, I might do. It's got to be better than your skin doing this, but it's this.
Smoking's great, isn't it?
It is. I love
It is
smoking.
great, isn't it? I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I don't smoke that often, but I do enjoy a
Well,
fag.
I ain't had one in years, but every time I smell one, that smell. Anyone who quits smoking goes,
Oh, them. There's a guy at work, right? If you see this, you.
Yeah, you from Jay.
Yeah. Big gaffer. And he's like, there was some fag smoke. He used to be a proper chain smoker. So fag smoke went there. He's a big vapor now.
Right.
So fag smoke, and he probably goes and stands away.
Oh, does it?
And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I'm like,
sucking it all in.
I'm thinking how I'm going to tap one. So I never really have any myself. So I'm just thinking how I'm going to tap one.
You always do tap them.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fag buyer. I like to return the favour after a while, but no, I don't like to.
I mean, that's perfect, innit?
Yeah. So other than that, week's been pretty basic.
Yep. As far as the pod's concerned, we've gone up a level.
We have. Shall we talk about the elephant in the room, Paul? Would you like to?
Yeah, man.
Go for it.
We've gone balls.
Can they even see it?
I don't know.
Anyway,
We've got Shure microphones.
Yeah, I've got new mics.
Just to make us sound better, but then I got ill and I don't sound better.
You do? It's husky.
Ooh.
Now you can do like voice of EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, do you know what, mate? Respect where it's at, mate.
You don't need to make the noise, remember?
I didn't do it that time.
I know you didn't.
Anyway,
I'm just a callback to
you left me hanging just a bit too quick. It was literally milliseconds too quick. I'm actually a bit embarrassed now as I'm still sat talking. Well, that's why I'm talking continuously, because I'm really embarrassed. Yeah. But yeah, by the way, really good impression.
Thank you.
Do you know what? Can you make an applause?
Yeah, we've got a new mixer as well.
Yeah, we've got this new pod thing. What's it called, Paul?
It's Zoom PodTrack P8, and I'll be honest with you, can't find a fault with it. Not that I know what I'm talking about.
The problem is, guys and gals, we are so not very knowledgeable when it comes to any of this. Paul more so than me. I we as a rule don't have a clue what half of features it can do. But yeah, this thing's pang. Bare spenny, not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, let's not talk about that.
Bare spenny for me, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
but no, in all fairness, good equipment, isn't it? We've had a little playback, mic sound pang.
Yep. I mean, we do have a bit of static.
Yeah, other than that, I'd say week's been pretty.
We've got 2 catch-ups.
2 catch-ups. Go on.
1, the road to freedom.
Yes. Can we just go back? Can we go back to road to 100k? I know we're going for more than 100k, but I think it rolls off the tongue a bit better. Road to freedom's a bit gash.
Road to 100k.
We're going up in the world, Paul.
We are. We've already nearly got his money back, bro, off the Christmas trees.
Yeah, which you will see in whichever ep it was, unless it was in one that didn't get released.
No, it definitely got released.
It got released,
I think it was episode 2 where we introduced the road to freedom, which is mine and Jamie's way of trying to hustle.
Yeah.
Please excuse me. I am yatty as hell. My throat is gone. Yeah, so we started with a £30 investment.
We did.
And we've now got £29 back, and we've only sold the Christmas trees.
So we've just got a box full of shit/tart.
Yeah.
And yeah, we could easily double.
What I'm thinking is we immediately go get another £30 box.
It don't really fall in line with the flipping though, does it? We need to make 60 quid. That's the whole point.
Oh yeah.
We need to make. It's fine. We need to make the 60. Then the rest of it we'll just chuck it bin and get a new one. Cause I can't.
No.
I don't have time. We're too busy.
You're right. 60.
Make 60, bin rest. Or we were going to send it to a viewer.
Yeah.
But there is no viewer, so it'll have to go to my brother.
And I don't think
Dan ain't going to want none of it.
No, man. No. Not at all. And then the second catch-up is Alone.
Oh,
very,
shit.
very briefly. I'm on to season 3 now.
What happened in season 2? We missed it all.
Well, that's it. What I'm going to say is the one guy that I thought were going to dip first. Again, I'm really bad at choosing the correct.
It's not that you're really bad, but I have no idea what you're on about.
Well, I know you do. I'm just saying every time I call a winner, never him.
Fails miserably.
Never, ever him. It's just not. It's not him. So this guy with a Christian guy did mention him in the last one. Doing it for his kids, and I thought, hey, dude was willing to go time.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm doing this for my kids. I am getting this money for my kids. Proper. He used to be a minister. You know, he used to be a vicar, pastor, whatever they call him in America. He used to be one of them. Left the clergy.
He saw the light then?
Well, he got divorced from his wife.
Couldn't afford
took kids.
Yeah. He took the kids?
Yeah, he got the kids. So he's got kids. And he was just like, he's fed up of being dad, who could always had to say no because he had no money. So he was staying there. But he was really good, actually. Looking back. There were other dudes there who had built all these fancy shelters, and he built an all right shelter. He could start a fire.
But it was the
mentals, but also it was his spot. Kept catching fish. That's literally, he could eat.
Yeah, there's a guy in series 10 who does that. I forgot his name. It's over now, actually. I need to do a catch up with you because I've finished series 10.
Oh, mate. Well,
can't remember
season
fuck all, by the way.
3 is already, I think we're on like episode 4. Yeah.
You're already noticing how better the game.
Now it's like day 42 on episode 4.
Oh,
like on the first one, it were on day 6 by episode.
You know what made me laugh after we last spoke about that, Paul, right? I went and looked, and series 10 nosedives then, because it gets to like it's like the 9th ep, and it's day 50. Right. There are only 10 eps in the whole fucking thing. But in that last step, they're showing not much must happen, because it ends up being something like day 60 summit. So like another 10 days in an hour's worth of footage.
How we were going back to last episodes, if you remember, you were saying about the women. The one woman in this one, mate, absolutely amazing. Like genuinely amazing. Got bit by a spider. So she hasn't left yet, but she's like got because they're in Patagonia in Argentina, they think a Brazilian wandering spider's bit her. It's like proper serious, shuts your kidneys down, everything. And she's like, I've got these 3 spider bites. I'm going to make this poultice out of this roots or something. And it's like, love, get out. But she hasn't yet, bless her. I don't know if she's dead. She could be dead, I don't know. And I'm also excited about starting another new program. It's not new to me. Could be new to you lot. Reacher. I know you've tried it. You thought it was a bit cheesy. Or
I just did try it. It's meant to be fire. To be fair,
It is. Don't get me wrong. A bit cheesy, but it's exactly like the book.
Yeah. But I've not read the books around, mate. And I just found it all like, that's what I do. Walks out of the room.
That's exactly what it is, because he's this massive, cool dude who just kicks the shit out of people.
And he does that bit well. I ain't gonna slew him for it.
No.
It just seemed a bit too. If I'd have known about the whole Reacher thing, I would have.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before, but Tom Cruise plays him in a Jack Reacher.
This is in that film, yeah.
And it's just not. It's not Reacher. Reacher's this big, massive dude, and Tom Cruise is like 5 foot tall, like just the exact opposite. And sue me, you're short as bro.
I honestly, I don't know why there's like a little bit of a hatred for Tom Cruise.
I hate Tom Cruise,
and I will sit here and say the guy can act, right? I'm not gonna lie, he's a pretty peng actor, but he's very peng. But God, that's all that Scientology thing does my tits in.
It's
and it makes him weird.
Isn't
it makes him weird. He's very overly intense in all sorts of forms of situations.
Oh well, I mean, plus he's an actor. I think before Scientology, we were quite like that. He does seem very intense.
Well, listen, you're probably right, but I just know, having read a lot about Scientology and stuff, you can just see it. It just emanates from him.
Oh yeah,
the guy's a Fruit Loop.
Oh mate, 100%. But what if they're right?
They're not right.
How do you know?
Because when they get to OT3, level 3, right, they get told that the Lord Xenu, you probably know about all this, don't you?
Nope.
Lord Xenu is something like a galactic overlord.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because
yeah, and
well,
then
I mean, hang on, before you carry on, I actually believe in aliens 100%. So all this
Paul, stop. Right, so do you know what? They get to OT3, right? Do you know what they do? They take them into a room. Leah Remini talks about this. And they take you in, they put his little white gloves on, they get this briefcase out, and it's L. Ron Hubbard's L. Ron Hubbard's personal writings. Because they literally believe everything the Daft says. They were Fruit Loop. And they literally get it out, and they open this briefcase, and it's all in a padded room. And they pull out this bit of paper, and lay it down. When you get to OT3, it's when you spent like 2 mil with them. Then they read it to you. They'll leave you to read it. Half of them, Leah Remini says, just burst out laughing. You can't believe it. It's literally like Lord Xenu, or Xenu, the Galactic Overlord. Can't remember exactly. I'm gonna have to think. I should have read up because I didn't know we're going to talk about Scientology.
No, this was totally off.
This is off the cuff. But he basically has like souls are attached to him, like damaged souls, right? And I don't know what he does. He throws an atom bomb into like a volcano, and it explodes all these souls. And then they call them Thetans,
right?
And they all go into like people. And honestly, mate, right? Next week or the next step, I'll just do a brief chat to you.
Shall we talk? I tell you what, next episode on Scientology.
I was just going to say, like, I want to keep convo going a bit more. I was going to like, your Christmas, you know, what your plans. I was going to do something like that, like, because it's Christmas, it's literally a week before Christmas.
Go.
What?
Ask me.
What did I last say?
You wanted to ask me about how my Christmas plans are going. So ask me.
Anyway, as you can see, guys, Christmas is still, so we're still sporting the celebrations. I.e. that. That's all I've got in my house, by the way.
Yeah, it's more miserable than me.
I've got no celebration. I've got no presents for anybody. First time. Oh no, that's a lie. Actually, I've give people some money to buy for presents they've already bought. Clearly, just jumping in on. Like I do it with my sister. She bought something for my niece.
Here's some
like 38 quid, so I paid her like 36.25.
Nice.
It made my bank nice as zeros. Yeah. But so I paid like 37.25 or something, which she was happy with. I was sat next to her at the time. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I think I owe my mum like a book. I buy her, but I think she just wanted dosh.
The is a book. 100.
What?
100 quid.
No, a reading book.
Oh,
I know you would expect that, so I'm not even going to throw a shade there.
Pony or
what?
Like a pony, 500 quid.
Oh no,
a grand, a big, 1,000.
Like no, a book.
A book. It sounded like an American, and we know you're obsessed.
I know we do like Americanisms.
You do. And you always throw them at me, and it icks me out a little bit because like I'm not American. I don't know what a buck is. What's a quarter? I know what a quarter is. 25 cents.
What's a nickel?
5 cents.
Yeah, you're right. What's a dime?
10.
Well done, man.
And then there's pennies.
Yeah. What cents they call them?
They call them pennies, though, don't they?
I think they do, yeah.
Anyway, so...
Do you know they never say "and" in between the numbers? So they say $1.95. Do you know what I mean? Like, they never say, like, a quid and 95 cents, or they don't do that. They just say $1.95, or like.
Yeah, but that's like us. If something's £1.95, you don't go, that's £1 and 95 pence.
No, but you say like it's £1.10. You know what I mean? But it's completely
right.
I've had that in a shop before.
I've never heard that in my life. And
no, I have. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but it's not something that's in their thing to do.
Slewing our American friends for no
I
reason.
love America. I've been
I
bare
really
times.
like America, but
I love Americans. I tell you what, I went to Chernobyl, right, and we had. Now I like the Yanks. Yeah, I'm like my favourite people, but in their own country.
Yeah, they're not nice anywhere else.
When they go out of their own country, I think they're very excitable.
Right.
And which is, by the way, no shade, because I wish I were, but I'm British and we're not allowed to be excitable in public.
No,
we get thrown shade at.
Shade.
Mega shade. So it's a bit embarrassing. It's like stiff upper lip and all that. It's a bit cringe, isn't it?
You know, our lass, Mrs. A, hates Americans. Not Americans, how they act.
What, the overexcitable?
Everything's just over the top.
It's like, woo,
dude,
yeah.
just chill the out, bro. Just chill.
But you know, that's just normal to them.
I know it's normal to them. It's not normal to me. It's normal. Weird.
It's not normal to me either. But yeah, now I went to Chernobyl and we're having food in breakfast in this little hut thing. And,
why when you go to Chernobyl, do you have to wear lead underpants?
Well, you don't.
Because if you don't, Chernobyl fallout.
It makes sense to be like fall off. It's a better.
No, it's not.
It's a better gag.
What?
Why would it fall out if I wear lead?
What do you call it?
Why would it fall out if I wear normal boxes?
Oh my god, you are so dumb. What do you call it when an atom bomb goes off? What's the game where there's a nuclear war?
War games?
No.
COD?
No. It's.
I genuinely. I don't know what you're trying to say. You're sort of blindsiding with it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because Chernobyl fallout.
Yeah. Oh, the fallout, as in like a nuclear fallout.
Yeah.
It's dreadful.
Mate, it's dreadful. I just delivered it wrong. It's a good gag.
Well, fair play, you delivered it wrong. I'm glad you took it on chin, because that one's dreadful. Yeah, fallout.
Chernobyl fallout, not fallout.
No, I understand.
Because it's a double-layered joke. Like
it is double-layered. It's got many layers of shit.
It's like, oh man, I think you're just too dumb to understand.
I'm not that dumb, but that were awful. You should hang your head in shame.
It'll be edited out.
I don't know. That's not. I get the gag after you said it, but I jumped in a bit.
Anybody with half a brain would have realised that fallout with nuclear.
It's just disgusting. Just so you know.
I wouldn't mind covering Chernobyl.
Why would you want to know about it?
I don't need to know anything. I know a lot about it, but more the science behind it and why the reactor failed and stuff like that.
They did a test.
What?
They did like a test, but the levels weren't correct. Like the cooling levels, and the rods weren't cool enough.
No, the problem was they used a back flushing system on it.
Whatever. I didn't know, but
you didn't.
Basically,
stop talking.
That's basically what they did, though.
I know,
but they shouldn't have done it at that time. They should have waited, didn't they? And
yeah, I mean it is.
It would have been I think the main guy who would have been a bit of a cock.
Yeah, but the fact is they used a nuclear submarines reactor,
right?
And that's where, and it was something to do with a backflow system. Because they tested it at the wrong time, the system didn't or over backflowed, creating, and that's what went off.
Kaboom.
And when I went to university, there's a very good doctor, the one who sold me the dream.
Oh yeah,
but he's actually really good. I won't mention him by name, but
fire guy.
I think genuinely good dude.
Yeah.
When he was doing his PhD, he was doing, Sellafield.
Yeah.
The nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
He were doing work along the beach just to check if that, and he was one of the people who picked up the fact that there was this massive fallout, not fall off, fallout that spread around Europe, he was one of the people that picked it up because all of a sudden there was this massive spike in radiation all the way around the UK, and he was one of the people who found it, and he was writing his PhD at the time. We watched Mrs. A's favourite serial killer. Oh, is he a second? Anyway, what's he called? Dharma. So we watched that Dharma program, and that's not too heavy for it, even though
that's kind of worse.
To me, women have this thing though, don't they?
It's because they want to come all off, all serial killers, don't they?
Like our lass has
big up
like
Laura, they want to Dharma off, it's fine.
Our lass has like a list of her favourite serial killers, and I think it's Ted Bundy number 1.
And that guy he was good.
Dharma number 2, right? So we watched this, and what got me about the whole thing is that actually fucking happened. It's not like this. Like if you watch, like if I don't know,
I know what you're getting.
Some other a fictional writer, and they bring it to the screen, and you're like, but you know it's not real. That exactly happened nearly. You know, it's probably to the T.
My thing with that is I find it's the terror aspect that gets me a lot more. So, for example, I truly struggle watching stuff if I know that someone's been introduced to just sheer terror. Now, for example, that guy who Dharma had laid on bed and like listened to his art and that, and then pulled out a jetty or whatever he did.
Yeah.
Can't remember the show too well, but he like pulled it. Oh, massive that and a massive blade, didn't he? Yeah. And he held him out, and he just wanted to get him scared, so he could listen to his heartbeat and before he like cut him apart, whatever he did. I feel so sorry for that guy. And then like the guy who managed to fight him to get out, and the coppers just brought him back.
Deaf guy. That's episode
dread,
with the deaf guy. Is what affected me.
Yeah,
the most,
it's pretty rank that.
Like Dharma even said that he was like in love with this guy.
Yeah,
and the deaf guy proper loved him, and he still murked him. That's mad to me.
It's like that, you know, like John Wayne Gacy, the clown. I think we've actually touched on. They might have never released these pods. We have touched on these before, haven't we?
A bit, yeah.
But he did something similar, where he got a kid to stay over, kid like 18 or 17 or whatever he was, and he like didn't do out to him there and then.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ended up actually doing out to him at all. I can't remember, but he purposely just scared him to where he would almost. He like basically pissed himself with fear.
It was
and
like
then last minute,
I just want to distance
just go,
myself from that.
I'm only messing. It was just an experiment. See how he reacted. And then he'd like go out of the room. The kid would try and get back to sleep. 2 hours later, come back in and do it a whole lot worse. And he just kept like sitting at the end of bed, making out like he were gonna do things to him and various bad things. And just constantly just like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. And this kid's thinking, oh my God, this guy's gonna murder me, or he's gonna do some more heinous things. And yeah, he'd get right to the precipice of like literally just gonna scream his head off in just sheer terror. Right at last minute, Gacy would just be like, mate, calm down, I'm only playing. Just to constantly torture this kid. You know what I mean? And then eventually, like, God, thank God, he finally gets some kid come in and do it even worse. Did it like 3 times in one night.
It's sick.
It's mad. And then he buried them all under the floor, didn't he?
Well, it's like, what's it called?
Because like one in the Ed's in pan boiling. Oh, Dennis Nielsen.
Oh,
Dennis. Big Den. He was actually pretty sick, him. And I mean sick in a good and bad way. Nah, he's not really good at all. But it was like our version of Dharma.
I just want to distance myself from that particular comment.
Nah, man. It was just like the sheer lack of not giving a fuck are quite respected.
Mate,
he like flushed bones down.
And Dino Rod guy.
Dino Rod comes out and he's like, "Do these bones everywhere. I'll go get me gaffer."
Can I just?
Yeah, go.
You go. At one point before you carry on.
Sorry.
Dino Rod got a lot of advertising with that, didn't they? And I know there's no such thing as bad publicity. But that, literally, even in TV program, Dino Rod Van turns up.
Yeah,
and it is Dino.
You're right. You're right. Actually, yeah.
Mate, I mean, it's not nice how they got that, but and again, he's like our version of Dharma, isn't it? Because he went after gay people in the gay community. He was gay, obviously, but I mean, back then it was easy. This is gonna sound awful, but it was easier to kill gays then, wasn't it? Because most gay people got like disowned by the family. And
that's what Dharma said, didn't it? It's like they were very much like they had to be hidden, so no one knew where they were.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man.
It is a shame.
So they were like easy victims, so to speak, weren't they?
Yeah, and it's...
dreadful, really, man.
Yeah.
But just saying, I respected Nielsen's just not giving...
Yeah,
as soon as Copper knocked on the door, he's like, "Damn wet bodies, bro." Because he's like one in there, heads in pan boiling, bro. There's one under the floor. There's some some barrels in back kitchen, shitloads of bodies in them as well.
I mean,
just didn't give a fuck, and he's just like, "Take me out, officer. Take me out."
And in a way, you've got to respect that I don't give a vibes.
I've been caught. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it while it lasted. I murdered bare people, by the way, and still undisclosed how many he actually, because he came out with like loads of names, didn't he? And they couldn't corroborate half of them. She only got like 20 fucking killings, I think, but really, bare more.
I mean, it's still a big number, though, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, one killing's enough. But when you
amateur levels, though, innit? Yeah. It's amateur numbers one.
So I wouldn't mind doing like a bit of a
murder
series on breaking them down, though.
Right.
I mean, I know loads of podcasts and TV shows do it, but like I wouldn't mind getting
proper going through each one and that.
Yeah.
Do it.
And like get short video. Like, have you watched the Ted Bundy tape? Not Ted. Well,
so incredible, yeah.
The other the Dharma tapes, the Dharma interviews.
Yeah.
And the way, did you see how they got him to talk? Because he wouldn't talk to him at first, and then they started saying stuff like, "I think this is him." Could be confusing it with somebody else.
There's 3 on Netflix, 3 different killers, and
I know, but like one of them, it might not be him, but let's any sociopath.
Yeah.
But to get him to talk, what they did is this, because he wouldn't admit to anything, and he said, "I'm not going to talk to you. I don't think it is Dharma, but I'll find out which one because it's on my watch list." And the way they got him to talk was like, "Yeah, but so if you
that I think that is Dharma.
Is it?
I think you're right.
So they go, if you were the killer, how would you have got away with it?" And then he literally, apparently, grabs the tape deck, puts it on his chest, and just starts talking. Well, if and just starts going. But obviously, they can't use it in court. But what they were trying to do is find out where the bodies were. That's what they were doing. So they went all. But literally, this guy just grabs it. It just starts singing like a bird.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think he's like laid on basically like a psychiatrist sort of thing. Just on he was on the sofa, wasn't he?
Well, I think it was just in the interview room, but it just has it. It might be.
Could be wrong. I could be wrong also.
I mean, it's more likely you're wrong than me, but
yeah,
probably not.
No, I think you're
but
right.
It's just like the way, and like I was watching another thing on YouTube. It's on the same kind of vibes, and it were how they got people to confess and how the things they use in interviews to gain the knowledge. I find impressive, man. And the only way really they do it is because usually these people are sycophants. Wrong in head. Obviously they're wrong in their head. They're murdering people and don't see what's wrong with it. But they're very self-absorbed.
Like Bundy and that just loves himself.
Yeah, so the way you catch them out, it like if you don't print it in papers and stuff.
Yeah, they hate it.
They hate it because they're not getting the fame and the notoriety that they wanted. And
I
find that really amazing. Like they're that absorbed in themselves. They have no feelings for anybody else. They can kill you. Wouldn't even think. Not even think about it.
Yeah.
I just killed him. Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah, not a problem.
Because they're so sociopathic.
Bundy were like that. That's what I like. I was late coming to Ted Bundy. He gets a lot of like #1 serial killing that, doesn't he? And I was like, who is this Ted Bundy thing? Yeah, who is he? And I watched the confession tapes and everything with him. Now, how much that guy loved himself. I mean, I respect him. Like this guy, he basically tried to back himself up in court. All his, the moment his lawyers were like, "Ted, it's not a good idea. You can't represent yourself, pal." Because he was like a proper mediocre lawyer, right? So he proper thought he could like represent himself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As soon as his own lawyers were like, "Ted, come on, bro.
Please listen.
Leave it to us." He's like, "All right, sacked them all."
Yeah.
Just stood up in court and proper like, so the jury finds doing all. It's like, you're the killer, bruh. You're the guy that we're here to convict, and you're talking like a lawyer.
I mean,
it was so fire, but
you got to wear it with chest, haven't you?
He wore it with chest. He loved the fact that all cameras were on him. He gave it all wink as he walked past. He loved it, didn't he? When he escaped as well. He escaped from courthouse.
He did when he jumped out of
He
window,
jumped out of a
didn't he?
window and went on run for a bit. I don't know if anyone else died in that bit, in that spell.
Oh no, I think they did, didn't
Did
they?
they? I can't remember.
Oh, I'm not gonna say because I don't know, but I remember like he'd planned it all, and he was like walking up steps, and then just went wing. Just didn't know it was in a little room or something.
Yeah,
and there's a guard outside waiting, and he just did proper comedy, escape from jail plot. Just
ran off a bit of hills, didn't he?
Jumped out window, landed in a bush, did some damage to his legs, but we'll anyway, as you would.
I mean, fair play.
I mean, yeah, all right.
But yeah, he were good.
Do you think?
What?
I mean, this is going a bit dark.
No, go for it.
Is there? Because there's one guy in my head that's a bit of a hero in my eyes. But is there anything that would make you kill somebody? A bit darker. This. I mean.
Oh, don't make me unalive somebody. You mean? I'm joking. Murder in the most gross way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do all that yatty. Like, oh, yeah, my family.
But
maybe if I had a child.
Yeah.
If I had kids.
I'm glad you said that.
If I had kids, I'm not okay if something happens. Like, sorry, Dan, but you're on your own, bro. But
Shmun, if anybody hurts you, mate, come to me because
I'll help you, but
no,
I'll fight with you. I'm not doing it for you, bro.
Right, remind me to tell them the story later on after this bit.
Right.
But there's a guy in me. There's only one thing that would make me murder somebody.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel no regrets, and that's if they hurt my kids. But that's because you don't have kids.
No, I don't have kids, but I would appreciate that. Yes, that will probably be it.
And have you seen that video? That dude?
Yes, I have.
And he's on payphone. Just national hero. It should. It's good.
But he just goes bang.
He just waits for him, and the guy's his son.
Yeah.
And he literally just waits for him to walk past and goes. Poof, and did you eat a copper? Have you ever heard what the copper says? Is his name John? I want to say his name's John, the guy who. So I don't know if anybody.
I thought he got. No, sorry.
No. So basically, this guy knocked his son, and he's on his way into court. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think his name's John, right? The dad. So he's there. He's got hat down, trench coat like this on payphone. Waits for to get to him. Turns round, bang! One bullet to head, and copper goes, "Oh, John."
No, I'm not seeing it.
Like, oh no, and it's like, no, good.
The coppers want that.
Yeah,
they want it.
Warning: anyone wants to knock my kids, and that goes back to I will kill you, and I will go to jail for it. That's on my life.
Have you seen the? You go. I keep wanting to interject.
No,
Cain Velasquez, the UFC fighter.
I know who he is, but yeah.
Well, he's in prison because his kid got. Yeah.
Say how it is, bro.
I know, but I don't know what.
I don't know if you can say.
We're not going to monetize anyway. No. But yeah, I think he ended up killed wrong guy, didn't he? I think he shot the guy. He shot the people.
Killed somebody else.
The file.
Yeah.
Shot him, but he didn't die. I don't think he ended up dying or something like that. There was some confusion in the whole thing, and then now Kane's in prison, and everyone's like proper just trying to get him out. Yeah, it's like he's done, but because even the judge said like. I'm sure it was something along the lines of you've done what any dad would do.
Yeah.
We're not really adverse to that. It's the fact that you like chased him down. If you'd have done it, if you'd have found him in the act, it was something like it's a terrible thing to say. But if you'd have found him in the act, yes, by all means. Right. The fact is you chased after him in a car, ran him off the road or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which is dreadful.
Do you know what? If I were Cain Velasquez, knowing his skill set, rather than just shooting somebody, I would have choked them to death. I wouldn't now. But, you know, if I were him, I'd just choke him to death. But that's really weird that you said that, because obviously whoever
I've got
was...
another something to say after this. Go on.
Well, we've had this conversation before, and it goes back to, like, predators of kids often say that they chose that kid because the dad wasn't scary, which goes back totally against Cain Velasquez, because obviously that dude's a killer. Natural killer.
Yeah, so it's an anomaly in it, but they do.
And they say, and that's why all these little weak ass dads who are all, and you know the type I mean, the leftist pansies who
snowflakes
shout
and
at
all
the
that.
kids and that.
Yeah,
they're the number one target because the predators don't see them as protectors.
Yeah, I know. So I've heard that's mad.
And there's I mean, you go online and look, there's loads of people that say that.
Yeah, they're like, well, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. He's not going to do
It's so
do you know
bad.
what I mean?
It's
But
so
which is
dark.
why
That.
I might have to blur what I just said out. But anyway,
Maybe I have to blur something. That's a shame, man. But it's interesting. But unfortunately, it happens. It's disgraceful.
I will blur that out. But they literally say he's got no threat level for me. So I took advantage of that.
And what they'll do as well is half the time they groom the parents.
Yeah,
they get involved with parents. That don't they become like mates with parents.
Say, oh, do you want me to babysit your kids?
Yeah. So Dave will do it. You know what I mean?
And it's a bit. But you see, me, as soon as someone starts getting close to me, you immediately go, why?
Yeah.
If a newbie comes in,
yeah,
you've got to check these things out. But
it's because it'd be unnatural for like a newbie to like randomly just be like, "Hey, Paul," and try and
if I'd known someone for a couple of months and then they say, "Oh, do you want me to look after your kids?" The answer would be a straight
no, and you probably fill them in first and then ask questions later.
Yeah, I'll be like.
Speaking of,
hang on, is this going back to what you were going to say? Because you told me.
Yeah. Right, no, I watched this story like yesterday, but you know them.
Sweet.
It's like these YouTube videos, and it's like a full breakdown of a case, and it'll show the interview and everything. But they're on for like 2 hours. Yeah. It's like a 2-hour thing on Facebook. So I'm watching it, and this kid, what do you call Gregory or something, like 15, right? And my God, he's like your typical teen.
Yeah.
And basically, it starts off with his 911 call. I don't know when this was, but I've actually stumbled across it and it was brilliant in a bad way. But it literally starts with a 911 call. And do you know what gave him away straight away?
What?
In the 911 call, he went straight into his story. So they said, for example, 911,
what's your emergency?
What's your emergency? And he went, oh, he said, someone's burgled, I've come home and my mum in here, someone's burgled it, car's still on, riffed through the whole script that he had planned, didn't just ask for police assistance and say he was scared.
Right.
So the moment he did that, literally it's laughable, because all the coppers were saying, the moment we heard that 911 call, straight away we knew the way to take this interview, because we just knew. We just knew. Like, and the even the copper on a body cam's walking around crime scene. The basically staged a robbery, but he smashed everything in his house. He smashed everything. Burglars don't do that.
No.
He said they ransack a bit, throw some clothes everywhere. They go for draw. They're not shopping your cupboards and pull all your glasses out and smash them on the floor.
They're not CIA, are they? They're just after money. And...
Exactly, they're not CIA. You're absolutely right. Yeah, they're not trying to stage something like that.
I just want to say I will never commit suicide.
I will never kill myself. Me and you, Tate, and you, Paul. Us three would never kill ourselves.
Never kill myself, because we will get into some controversial. If I ever get found like I've committed suicide,
it's never gonna happen.
It is not me, promise you.
Ever. And I'm not. I repeat, not a sex offender, because
100% no.
Because that is dread. There's no women out there gonna say that. So if they could dream them up, and they've all got...
Dude, you have to bang women for them to say that.
You got to bang women, which I haven't done. So you're you can't get me, but I'm squeaky clean. But anyway, this kid.
Yeah.
So straight away it says, "Oh, someone needs to get here, burgle my house, blah blah blah. They're taking some stuff. My mum's not here. She leaves for work." It went into this massive thing, and he'd actually planned it quite well. But because he did that,
just the delivery,
the way he delivered it straight away, he didn't just say, "I'm 15. I've just come home. Nobody here, and my house has been ransacked. Can I have police, please?" He didn't do that. No. He did it wrong. Anyway, so straight away, coppers are like, they're walking out house going, "Oh, what's happened here?" She's basically laughing at it. She's like, "Yeah, all right. Anyway, come with us, Gregory. We'll get in car. Take him to the cop shop, right?" Sat there, and he does this thing where he's like part of a community, like a group where they have, if you want to get into law enforcement, you can sort of get taught loads about it. Right. So when you go to finally be a police officer,
police
cadets, like a cadets thing, yeah. But cadets. You get basically like a real detective. Actually, like takes you along. Obviously, not shows you, but whatever. I don't know what what the thing is, but yeah, something like that. So anyway, he's got no guardian, so he rings this dude. This dude's a copper, isn't he? So he comes and straight away he's like, he knows,
yeah.
We waited. Anyway, I'm watching this for like an hour and a half. Mate, I never watch him. So I'm sat on my thing at work, watching. Just like about an hour in, and he gives loads of his mates basically dobby him in, because he gives loads of his stuff away to his mates. He basically gets them all there and says, "Just take what you want." They need some valuables to go missing.
Right. Get you.
Anyway, right. Long story short, Copper just eventually goes, "Did you kill your mum?" Because he goes on about like how he hates his mum because he had loads of cuts on his face. She basically beat him up the night before. She was abusive.
Well, I mean,
That's not. I don't think that was in doubt, and he literally got beaten out of. Eventually, oh yeah, I'm sort of on the kid's side in a way.
He'd had enough.
Yeah, he'd had enough. Because she just beat him all the time.
I mean, that's kind of what like abusive partners. You know, like if you're a woman,
yeah, you just snap,
and
I mean,
I kind of understand it.
Yeah,
there's only so much a human being can take. It's like being bullied at school.
Yeah,
you didn't because you were a yap, but you get to that point. You get to that point. Like I got horrendously bullied because I got moved schools when I was 14, so I went into a new school. It were horrible because like everyone's got friends and that already, and you just get lumped in. You're 14. It's
kind of that impressionable age where you don't.
I horrendously bullied until one day I just went, I've just had enough. I'd just had enough. It was every day. Like, and there were one point there were like 10 of them trying to bog wash me, which is, if you don't know, back in the day, they used to try and get your head, put it down the toilet and flush it, and it was called bog washing. And there were honestly 10 of them trying to shove me into this toilet, and I don't know where I got the strength from, but they were trying to get me through the door, and I was just like, do you know what? No.
Yeah.
And they were all trying, and they could not move it, and they literally just stopped. They went, oh, all right. Because obviously I'm not saying I'm the strongest man in the world. I must have had bear strength because, like, as in bear, not bear like we do, but bear, and they just couldn't get me in. And then from then, I don't know why, but then they just stopped doing it because they couldn't do it, and there were 10 of them, and I genuinely think they thought I were hard. Not all, no, not all. But
wow, yeah. I wish I were a bit more like just swung a punch.
I mean, none of them threw a punch at me because I wasn't scared to fight. It was just that.
It's the constant ribbing, isn't it?
Boom, at you all the time, and it's like, you new guy, you've got no mates, you can't stand up to him. It's like literally. I told you, man. Like there were a guy. I don't know if we said this on pod, but like, these people from another school once came to get me. Bear in mind, I knew nobody. Like literally my first year there, and there were a dude called Marlon. I think I mentioned it on podcast. I don't know if it's been released, but this dude called Marlon called his uncle, who were like hardest person from nearest town. Literally, right? There's this gang of youths in our playground, because back then schools didn't have fences like they do now. They're not prisons. And these guys were like looking for me, and then they came, and Marlon is his name. Shout out Marlon.
Shout out Marlon.
Watch this, but you're the coolest dude I've ever met. Just for this. And he literally like didn't even know him. I spoke to Marlon like twice, in class, like, all right, yeah. Literally just phoned his uncle. I'm not kidding. About 5 minutes later, these kids like looking for me, and I'll be admit, right? I was terrified.
I would have been
on my own.
I would have been
right. No mates really. And then about 8 lads from another school were there, and I'm like, oh, come on, I'm getting my head kicked in on blah blah blah. Anyway, there was some other people there. Teachers came, got them out, but they were waiting outside for me. Marlon, all of a sudden, Marlon's uncle turned up. I ain't kidding. It was so cool. They were he must have been a bit gangy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he turned up in a tranny van. They literally all just got out, and these kids saw who got out, like proper yardie style. Do you know what I mean? It was
sick.
They literally turned up, got out of van. These kids went and Marlon's uncle, can't remember his name, but he was like one of the biggest, like
big hitters,
big bad boys from Deaton or something, which you won't know who that is, but it's like it would or Bradley. You probably won't know where that is. Just near Murfield. Proper, just I know, I just like that. And then Marlon came out. Oh, yeah, don't worry, they're not a problem now. I went, oh, thank you, Marlon. He went, no worries, man. Off.
Sick.
And then from then on, like Marlon then said hello to me, and it was like right nice because
you've had a mate, man.
Yeah.
Fairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did we get onto that?
Yeah, you just derailed my story about a guy murdering his mum because she beat on him.
Yeah,
right.
sorry, I'll
You're right.
make a call back. So it's It's people who stand up for other people. Is that where I was going with that?
I don't know what you're saying. Maybe your brain's fried.
I am
because you are very ill.
Very ill. But
yeah, just quick. Let me just quickly finish the story.
That's what I was going to get.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, just quickly though. But yeah, anyway, Copper just turned around. And he's like, "Greg, not about this thing no more. We've all got places to be. We've got families to go home to. Did you kill your mum?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, straight away, that also threw him. That gave him away because you ask a rational person, say your mum's found murder, and I said to you, right, so I go, right, Paul, I've had enough. Did you kill your mum?
No.
Right, I would straight away suspect you.
Why?
Shall I tell you why I'll suspect you? Because you're too calm. A rational person who hasn't done it, bearing in mind they're actually horrendously muddled in brain, like something bad's happened. If I say to you, did you do it? You're going to go, no, me. No way. Why, what have I done? Blah, 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 blah. You're going to play all that. The moment that Gregory went, no, I didn't know. And they went, oh, really? Oh, Big G in the house there didn't kill his mother. Pressed on it. They're like, your mates have give you up. They've literally, he's like, what did they say? No, I'm not telling you that. But I'll tell you what they did say. That you killed your mum. And they're like, he's like, and then do you know what the kid eventually just goes, do you know what? I'll tell you what happened. Basically strangled her to death. And they're like, guys, like, what? Bruh, what? And he's like, yeah. He said, just beats on me all the time. Right? Constantly. Cuts all on my face now. Because he made out like his mate hit him. And he said, it's like, who's your mate? And he won't give him last name. And there is no mate, by the way.
Yeah, it's his mum.
He's like, yeah. And do you know what? I went into a room. He said, what happened? I said, well, I went into a room. He said, what? Was she in bed? He said, no, she'd woke up at this point. He's like, all right, what happened then? He's like, she said, what are you doing? And he said, do you know what? He said, I'm just going to sort of get to you first because she's going to, why did you hit me? He said, why did you hit me? She said, oh, off, kid and all that. He's like, no, why did you think it's okay to hit me? Why did you keep hitting me? You know, he's lost his rag, this kid at this point. He's only 15. He's like, no, I'll you tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. He said, no. He said, I grabbed her, ragged her out of bed by her neck, just squeeze as much. He says, and I got up. Oh, Copper was like, right, is that it? He said, oh, no, that was the first time I strangled her. But man, this kid is cold. I mean, we sort of respect it. He's clearly like a bit psychopathic. Well, but he's just cold, right? It's just yeah. He says, well, I went to go and get wheelbarrow in that because I need to go and bury her. He says, I went to get wheelbarrow and I came back and she was still moving, so I was throttle her again. So how long did it take? He said, about 30 minutes. So it took you strangled your mum for 30 minutes. Oh no, that's when he goes, no, that was just that's together. Did it twice, but it added about 30 minutes. And he's like, I'm just sick of it. I was just sick of it. But he has no emotion when he says this.
I know, but that goes back to like all serial killers. All have that. Well, majority of them, they have certain things that happen to them at certain stages of life. Yeah. And one of them is that the mother doesn't show love towards them. Yeah. And it must be that mother, that nurturing instinct.
Have you ever seen a baby? There's an experiment. Have you ever seen the baby's bare young? Talking like it's in an eye chair in like a fucking white room. Probably like experimental type. They're not on the kid. You ever seen the women who just sit in front of it and don't smile at it? You ever like watched how the baby reacts? So, for example, they have like and it's women with their own children. You know what I mean? It's not like it's one baby and numerous women, because that obviously won't make sense. But yeah, like they'll just sit it down, and then the mum will just sit in front of it, just like that. And the kids are like going, Mama, getting all that, nothing, just sits there. You watch how quickly that baby starts to cry, starts to like question things. Bear in mind it's bare young. Starts like looking around, just bawls its eyes out. Because the mum just, she does nothing. You can see the itching, and eventually goes, right, you can, oh, I'm sorry. But once they're smiling and playing,
over a prolonged period of time.
Absolutely right.
Anyway, bro, it's time.
Time to end?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
oh, anyway, man, that was sick.
How we went from Scientology
to bullying to brutal murder. That's what I like about this show.
It can just be going.
That's what I like about this show. There's no real set thing, and I keep not coming prepared, but I'm so
To
pegging
be
it.
honest, mate, that was pretty.
Well, I'm actually brilliant,
Yeah.
and so are you. So,
well, thanks, mate.
Anyway.
I didn't really do it because I'm trying not to talk because this echoey voice.
There's no echo. There is no echo, bro.
Well, it must be just my voice. Is that sound like a robot?
Nah, you don't.
All right, sound. Well,
Sounds
I'll find
sexy
out.
as ever, bro.
Thanks, bro.
No, all right. Well, peace. Dan. Bye, Dan.
As next episode, we'll go into what we're going to do today, which is literally we're going to record this after this, so there'll be two episodes.
Oh, yeah, and you're still going to be croaking.
Yeah, well, get.
All right, well, the one
I'm
after...
confessing now. The next one we're recording now, and that will be out in a bit. So my voice will still be as sexy as ever. And
nice and deep, bro. I bet your missus is well happy.
Just quickly before I go, she went, "Oh, I like your husky voice."
Oh, lay that sexual tension. That's what I need to hear. Tell me more.
Danny.
Not too much, though, Danny. Yeah. Right there. All right.
So,
well,
right,
what can we
we'll
say?
see you on Sunday.
Peace. I've done it again, Paul.
You've done it again. Peace. Stop.
Peace.
Stop.